Okay, let's zoom in here. Europe, Germany, Frankfurt. We arrived at Schloss Spangenberg, a castle built in 1235 after about an hour-and-a-half trip from the Frankfurt airport on the Autobahn. The castle, like all castles, has a long and interesting history, having been a hunting lodge in the 1350s and the epicenter of the cloth-making industry in the 1700s. Schloss Spangenberg would be our home away from home for the 2 days we would spend exploring the town of Melsingen and our worldwide corporate headquarters. We leave our medieval castle and drive through the beautiful German countryside, past farms, forests, and serene lakes and streams, only to see another, more modern castle rising out of the landscape. Braun Medical has risen from a humble pharmacy founded in 1839 to one of the most impressive production and administration facilities in the world. Today, this corporate fortress sells over 160,000 different items to healthcare providers worldwide. As we enter the corporate complex, the architecture of our worldwide headquarters is impressive and diverse. The collective complex seems to communicate a conservative wisdom earned through a 170-year history, but also suggests future possibilities, risk, and innovation. The buildings combine glass with concrete, brick with wood, and aluminum with steel. The greenish copper surface, which covers the exterior of the computer center, is tarnished, but shimmers differently based upon the weather. In the bright sunlight, it gleams like a present-day coat of armor protecting the digital knowledge within. The interior of the building is just as fascinating. The diversity of shapes and building materials, unique layout, color, and furnishings evoke an innovative energy and intriguing openness. There are no permanent workspaces assigned to specific individuals. This is a fluid and transparent work environment in which all employees choose where and how they work based upon the task at hand. Concentrated, undisturbed work might be completed in cockpits or open cubicles, which are acoustically insulated to maintain a balance between transparency and the need for privacy. Team rooms are available for small group meetings, and conference rooms provide space for larger collaborative efforts. The corridors, staircases, elevators, windows, bridges, and ramps throughout our world headquarters are impressive in their diversity, but transcend mere architectural interest. Hiking through these seemingly endless corridors is a journey through a storied past into a magnificent, to-be-written future. We traveled to the plant through a footbridge made of wood, concrete, metal, and glass that seems to rise and fall to match the contour of the landscape outside. Here, the landscape seems to come inside as the stuff of man and the stuff of God merge into one organic entity along the concrete access wall to which the bridge is attached. The grounds outside slope down to a lake of overgrown lilies that fills the fire safety circulatory system of the entire complex. There's a harmony of industry and environment working together. As we near the IV set production plant, we notice the giant stainless steel silos standing outside the nave-like depressions along the exterior of the building. Each silo contains 45 tons of polystyrene and polyethylene plastic granulate pellets. The production plant is an immense 5-story structure that's over 100 feet wide and nearly 300 feet long. The plastic granulate from the outside silos is transported via tubes into hoppers, where it is melted and liquefied. The liquid plastic is injected under high pressure into a variety of molding machines that produce between 12 and 96 individual IV set parts at a time. While these IV set components are being made, 2 extrusion machines are continuously making tubing, almost 400 miles of it a day. Annually, these machines make enough tubing to go around the Earth 3.5 times. 260 production employees monitor and control this fully automated manufacturing process during 3 shifts, 6 days a week. 115 million IV sets are produced here annually, 400,000 every 24 hours. But what's an IV set without water? The primary raw material for IV solutions is ultra-pure water, and the distillation system in Melsingen is one of the largest in the world. Regular drinking water is desalinated, distilled, and stored in a 53,000-gallon tank. In addition to pure water, this plant also generates 40 tons of steam per hour, enough to heat 1,800 suburban homes. Unused steam is rerouted and used for secondary heating and cooling of the building. At most conventional manufacturing facilities, this waste heat is released into the environment. LIFE, the leading infusion factory in Europe, is just that, the newest and most impressive manufacturing building in Melsingen, and perhaps the world. 1 million EcoFlac plastic IV bottles are produced here per day, 600 pallets, 30 tractor-trailer loads with only 75 employees per shift. The automation seems like something out of science fiction, with gigantic robots working throughout the enormous 4 soccer field-long manufacturing hall. To make EcoFlac containers, polyethylene granulates are melted and moved to 5-ton rotary tables. The melted polyethylene is formed into 10 tubes, and the tubes are expanded using a blow mold. The completed container is filled with solution, a mix of ultra-pure water plus additive, and the filled container is ejected to a conveyor belt. Each container is then weighed for accuracy and capped. The average time to manufacture each EcoFlac container is only 8 seconds. The containers are then moved to one of 7 sterilizers, each of which can hold up to 16,500 milliliter EcoFlac containers. Fully automated loading and unloading is carried out by robotics, and the finished product is inspected using a series of 19 cameras. 400 labels are attached to the containers per minute as they move to packing lines, where cardboard boxes are wrapped around the containers. The cases are then picked up by the automated guided vehicle system, which brings the pallets to the finished goods dispatch area. Every 50 milliseconds, these 4-ton laser-guided robots communicate with reflectors on the walls to determine position and route. Finished packaged product is stored in the high bay warehouse. 42,000 pallets consume a space that is 132 feet long, 100 feet deep, and 95 feet high. We are the only flesh and blood creatures in this surreal world of lifeless intelligence. Somewhere, an omnipresent computer is directing the robots to retrieve and move pallets to the finished goods distribution center. It's controlled chaos, constant movement as robots move in every direction. The finished goods are transported to a 26,000 square foot distribution center where they are assembled into final orders. The elliptical building is efficiently designed to offer more room to maneuver trucks in and out of the 22 loading bays. And once again, the modern coat of greenish copper armor covering the exterior reflects the timelessness of our organization. There are over 25,000 castles scattered throughout Germany. Most are simply remains of a grand past. Some have been restored to their former glory, like Schloss Spangenberg, but will never return to their original grand purpose. Our company, which started as a humble pharmacy in 1839 and created the first suture, the first syringe pump, the first IV solution, and the first IV catheter, has grown into a modern-day castle of industry. The purpose of our castle is the same now as it was in the past. We make innovative products that help doctors, nurses, and pharmacists restore patients' lives. It's a purpose that will keep Braun Medical relevant and viable for centuries to come.